Hi Pisces, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Pisces, which is also pronounced Pisces, if you didn't know that, is also Fiskarna in Swedish. I'm Swedish, and so I will use a few Swedish words here and there where I feel like maybe the English needs some clarification. That's for my Swedish audience. I want to take just a moment to talk, not just a moment, actually 4 or 5 moments to talk about the gorgeousness and the depth of what I'm feeling happening in the month of September, and especially for you guys Pisces, because we have a full moon coming up in mid-September in Pisces. And of course, I mean, the full moon always affects everybody if you're in tune with it, if that's your thing. But for Pisces, obviously even more so because it's in your sign. And I have talked about, if you're new to this channel, you haven't heard me talk about it before, but I have sort of hyped September a bit because I felt like even in July, August, that September was going to feel so much better, so much calmer. September going into like Virgo season from Leo season, felt like Leo was the rebellious child and sort of got up in your face a bit, and Virgo is more like the responsible parent, saying now we need to put everything back in its place. Like you sort of made a mess here. I think you had some fun in it, but we need to clean up now and organize it and structure it and so forth. And by the way, you were both the child and the parent. But I feel like for myself, I kept talking about how good it was going to be in September. And of course that leads me to be my own prophecy because I just kept talking about it, which is a good sign in itself. If you just keep talking about something almost as much as just talking about the weather, or just, keep just repeating, because you do talk about the weather quite a lot, don't you? Just to keep talking about something just means that it's eventually going to manifest. And the funny thing was that I just had a little shift happening for myself, and that was on the night between the 1st and the 2nd of September, and I was like, that's interesting. That's quite as we just come into September, no spare room, no like space before stuff happens. That profound shift led me to feel like, oh my goodness, there's so much more than meets the eye right now. There's this shift that's happening is like, it shifts you from the inside out. It just leaves nothing and makes everything feel like it has a place and makes sense. And then I figured, maybe it's just my journey. Maybe that's just me. Maybe just for myself, to keep for myself. But then when I feel into the collective a bit, I just felt like, no, it's for all. And that's for all awakened, I should say, because I feel like there still is like a, and I've said this to every sign now, that I feel like, because I'm a tiny bit negative, that it's still like 80% sound asleep and 20% being awakened. Maybe 5%, 20, like going into the 5%, so we reach 25%, are sort of semi-awake. They're trying it out. They're like, maybe there is something more to this than what I felt, than this everyday life. And, maybe all these disasters happening right now is here for a reason, and so forth. I just feel now that it's not just a structured, organized, lovely month. And with the full moon in Pisces, for you guys, I feel like, it's just a very spiritual opening. And whatever has been going on for you, like I feel like July and August has been the tripping up, like the culmination into September. And maybe that the full moon actually is the peak. A lot of people has talked about this portal in Leo, and I should be more interested being a Leo myself. I just could not give a rip. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to disrespect anybody else. and everybody is supposed to do what they're doing, and what makes them move forward. And maybe it's just that I am a Leo, so I sort of walk through these portals every single day, and I've done my fair share of upgrading already. I just want to compare. I don't want to say I don't give a rip about these portals. They don't mean shite to me. That's not what I'm saying. I just want to explain how I feel about this full moon coming up in mid-September in Pisces. I feel like they're the same magnitude that the people has hyped around the portal in Leo in August. I feel like it has the same potential, if not higher, because it's also calm. It's also, well, I don't know if I should say calm, but at least it is true. It's authentic. It's genuine. It's positive. That's a good one. It's positive. Calm doesn't necessarily have to be, and I don't mean that it's the opposite is stormy, and then because it's stormy it's bad, but good, like being completely in love or feeling butterfly-ish, or finding out something that you're like, oh, you couldn't have waited for, it was just the perfect timing to find out about this thing that you've been waiting for. It's just like you're super excited. I mean, that sort of feeling can still go on, but still be going on, but is at the same time, I just feel there's just if I could just explain the energy around it that I feel, if you just be in my space here for a bit, you would feel what I feel. It's just happening now. And Spirit has been talking about it happening for 30 years. And when we hear it's happening now, and 30 years ago I was, should I say my age? 30 years ago I was, no, I'm not going to say, because I can't count now. You know, when they say it's happening now, so well, Spirit, what do you mean with now? Well, within the closest 30 years. Are you kidding? Like, I'm gonna be dead before this shift happens. So to them, now is all time. But when I feel now, I mean now. I mean as if yesterday, as if of today, of tomorrow, like, and day by day by day. Every day now has probably 5 or 10 openings to you guys. And openings, I mean there's probably 20, 30, 40 openings every day. But for the Pisces, for what you're going through, the openings that you're doing right now, the cleansing, the upgrading, the stuff that you have dealt with in the past leading up to this, there's probably 5 to 10 openings every day. Openings meaning somebody coming in with a deal, somebody's coming in with an offer, somebody is supporting you in a way that you never in a million years could even dream of, winning the lottery, finding your soulmate. Like, it is time. It's freaking time. And it's also time for the Pisces that is very spiritually inclined, very, like, leads a very spiritual path, that really start walking that path so it can calm down in the body. Because if you sort of haven't fully adjusted to that energy yet, and I feel like there's a lot of people who hasn't, and probably September then is the month to do it, to settle into your newfound energies, your newfound spiritual place with yourself, like your newfound spiritual version almost. You will find it in September. This is the month, people. I'm telling you. Thank you for listening. If you have followed me this far, I just feel like it's such an important, and I'm going to get the illusion card to say, calm down. It's not that important. It won't say that it's not that important, but it will say that it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Calm down, girl, a little bit. because it's not that serious. I do feel like it's important. It's an important shift. I feel like we go from patriarch to matriarch. Is that what it's called in English? Patriarkat till matriarkat. Meaning more from the masculine into more of the feminine. More women in power. More like, it's just a shift. It's just a beautiful shift going on. I just feel it. Okay. And what I haven't been able to do in 15 minutes before, I'm now going to do in 4.5. So there will for sure be an extended 3. If you want to know why I do these, like why just 15 minutes and then another 15 minutes, it's because I have a little boy at home and I can't leave him forever. I could talk to you guys for an hour every day if I could make that call. Okay, so right, I think you had this before, Pisces. Only now this is your leading card. This is your basic card for the energy coming this week, and it's moving forward. Get ready for positive change. And then it's my friendship card. Blue, purple, and golden. Let's see what that's about. And then we have the choices card. Make the best choices. I think I had this before. And what you see in the back there, the full moon. So, what's going on here, Pisces? Yeah, okay. So this is going to be more like for the people who, it's not going to be specific. And I think I've done this for a couple of, maybe 1 or 2 weeks now, where I feel like it's not so typically 3D. How is it going with that partner? Well, do this and you get closer to them. It feels now like I'm talking more generally in a very spiritual way. It's like more general spiritual. And this is no exception because you are on a very spiritual path. And so this first card out, it's definitely you and it's around your energy. And you are moving forward. You're coming out from something. You have been coming out from something for a while now. Because I keep drawing this card. If I'm not completely off, I think I've been getting this card for a couple of weeks now. I just feel like it has moved up. It maybe has started like further up, but now it's like in the basic energy. And so you are on the move. You have the polar bear there, who's a powerhouse of energy, and you're sitting on it. It's like it's just moving by itself, and it can go anywhere, and it doesn't give a rip that it's ice beneath it and that it's still a bit chilly. It just keeps moving anyway. And that's what I feel like you're doing now. It's like, well, if the climate, I mean, in Sweden, it's quite chilly here today. If the climate at home, if the climate in my bank account is going to look like this, meaning negatively, if the climate in my relationship is going to look like this, if the climate in my body is going to look like this, I don't care anymore. It's like before you were like, no, I have to shift my body before I can do that, or before I can feel good, I need to really, really talk with my partner. Or if I'm supposed to be able to feel happy in the near future, my bank account needs to shift, or I will like bury myself, or I can't go this, I can't plan that. And it's like you come to the point where you're like, going anyway. I'm going anyway. I don't care anymore. Like this is the body I got, and I'm gonna get into my bikini and I'm gonna get to the beach. This is the bank account. I don't care. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have dinner with my friends. Well, if you want to mope around here in my relationship, then do that. I actually love you anyway, and I'm actually feeling maybe I have a bit to work on there still, but I'm getting there. I'm going anyway. It just feels like you don't care anymore that it's bad. You're still going and you're moving forward, and that is the deal, Pisces. That is the thing, to sort of not care about your circumstances, but rather determine on the inside how you want to feel anyway. And that itself will turn everything around on the outside, if that makes sense. People, I'm already on time. Sorry. If you want to follow me into the extended, please come to the link below in the description box. And I want to take the time to just say thank you to the people who has started to donate. However small amount, I did that for 15 minutes. However small amount, I'm even blissed out for the tiniest 1 krona somebody sent me, and I just couldn't be happier. And if you didn't even know that you could donate, it's also in the description box down below. I see your names on the donations, but I have no idea what sign you are. So I just want to take a moment here and really thank you. Okay. So if you feel like that was enough for you and you sort of went to listen to all of that ramble, important stuff leading up to your reading, then thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back next week. Please subscribe if you haven't, or come to the extended. Take care, Pisces. Bye.